Hello everybody, my name is Colleen Light and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you from Southwest Washington. Anyway, I'm so happy you're joining me today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Don't worry about writing down the dimensions for this card, which is a very cute fun fold. Don't worry about it because I will have it all blogged for you, and you can find that at Cards by Coco. If you're just now finding me on YouTube, if you would like, comment, and subscribe down below, I would really appreciate it. I did a Facebook Live earlier today, and I'm redoing the video because, that one was a hot mess. It was fun, and I always enjoy company when I do my videos, but it was kind of a hot mess. So I'm going to take this video and hopefully do this video, and hopefully it turns out a little bit better. Let me flip the camera around. Just take a little look at my ceiling here and show you the card we're going to be making today using the Share a Milkshake stamp set and dies. And I'll show you a few of the other samples I have made because I love to share samples to show you what you can do with one stamp set. So this is Celebrate, and I'm using the Celebration stamp set. Let me show you Heartfelt Hellos, which you can earn free when you place a $50 order in my online store. Well, actually any Stampin' Up! Demonstrator store, right? Or just Stampin' Up! You can do it. So this is available for, like I said, one of your free options when you place a $50 order. Anyway, I love it. It has a sentiment for everything. Dad, you're the best. Love you more. Hello. Enjoy your day. That's the one I used. Happy Mother's Day and thinking of you this Easter. So great. And it's the red rubber set. So pretty cool. And this is the card we'll be making today. These are some of my other samples. I have a Be My Valentine with the cherry on top, super cute. Another Celebrate card. And I am making a Christmas card every week with whatever layout I'm using products I already have in the house. So leftover designer series paper from this year, last year, maybe even the year before. This used the Merriest Trees bundle and some designer series paper, and the colors is Cherry Cobbler. And you can see that this just is made the most cutest Christmas card, and I'm hoping to be ahead of the game next year. Not like I was this year, which was a little behind the curve. I do craft shows, so it'll be helpful for me. Anyway, let me show you the stamp set we're working with, then let's have fun stamping and getting our card together. So Share a Milkshake and these fabulous dies. Look at the waffle cone. Look at the waffle cone. How cute is that? This card has a lot of white space in it, and I know not everyone loves white space as much as I do. So I want to point out that there are dies here that you can cut, either cardstock or designer series paper to add a little bit extra wow to your card. And there are also heart stamps here that you can use to fill in this white space if you're not a person that enjoys that. You can also add ribbon, extra embellishments, whatever you like. I always say it's your card. You should make it how you like it. So I'm going to pop my sample up here over to the side for myself so I can follow my own design as we go along. And let's have some fun cutting some paper. So let's start out here. Let me see. I have it the wrong way. There we go. It has been a day, people. It has been a day for me. And it's still only a little after, 12:05 here on the Pacific Coast. So anyway, we want to cut this at 5.5 by 8.5. And this is our card base. Let's go like that. I'm going to rotate it, and we are going to score at 4 1/4. And again, we're going to pull it back at 2/8 of an inch. 2 1/8. Sorry, I said that wrong. 2 1/8. There we go. I'm going to move that to the top. I need another piece of sweet sorbet at 4 3/4 of an inch. And I love sweet sorbet. I love it. It's one of my favorite colors. It's by 3 inches. Let's grab out our basic white here. And I need a piece of this at 4 inches by 5 1/4. So let's come to 5 1/4. And then 4 inches. This is for the inside panel. We'll be stamping on this also using that celebration set. And then I need another piece at 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. So 4 1/2, 2 3/4. So I think videos are so much fun to do, but I just laughed when I was done watching the other one. I couldn't seem to stamp anything right. It was just, and this will sit like this. I'll show you how that'll come together. It was just kind of funny, honestly. And then I need a piece of this fabulous Be Mine Designer Series paper. Look at the bees on the other side. So hard to cover up. But I absolutely love that the fact that a lot of the Designer Series paper is a bit busy on one side, but the other side has more of a generalized pattern. So this is great. If you have not looked at the Be Mine Designer Series paper, take a peek at it in the catalog. It is absolutely fabulous. So we need this at 1 7/8, and we want to cut 2 of these. Again, and we're going to cut this at 5 1/4. And then 5 1/4 again, because we need the 2 pieces. I tend to move my pieces just to the top of my cutting area there. And that should do it for the cutting. Now let's have some fun stamping. Let's start with this piece and our parfait cups. So let me grab my blocks here. Let me grab 2 of them over here. And let's get out our parfait cups. So I'm originally from New York City. I've lived on the West Coast for quite a while, but originally from New York City. So I grew up going to diners. Probably date myself with that one. Anyway, and it was always so much fun to go and get these parfait cups, right? Everything always seemed so dressed up and elegant eating in a diner, you know, when I was younger. And getting your ice cream in the parfait cups always seemed like such a big deal to me. So I want 1. This is for the outer layer. This is 2-step stamping. Sometimes I like to put them on an angle like this. Do you have any stamping tips or things you do? Like tips or tricks that you do? I always love to hear what everyone else is doing. And I'm going to try to keep my mess out of the way a little bit this time. A couple of my videos, I sometimes think, oh my gosh, such a mess. Anyway, I don't want sweet sorbet for this one. I want to use lemon lime twist. It's not a color I use very often. And the reason why is because I never know exactly what to use it with. But I thought it would make the cutest parfait cup. Just cute, cute. So I'm going to line this up on my grid paper here. And I like things a little off center. So I'm going to just tap this gently against the ink pad. And I'm not too worried about how it covers, to be honest, because I'm stamping off once because I want the cup itself a lighter color. And I like things a little bit off center. So there we go. And you can see that is a very faint image, and that is exactly what I was going for. And then I want to grab the parfait cup outline. This is what's going to give it some definition. So I'm going to lightly tap on that and line it up the best I can without getting my head in the camera. And we'll see how this turns out. That worked out well. It's a little uneven at the top, but I'm going to show you that that's not going to matter because of where I'm going to place our ice cream layer. So let me grab my chamois and give these a little wipe here. I don't want to get ink on my fingers as I go along today. I'm going to move these stamps out of the way. And let's go ahead and do a little bit more stamping. I have a piece of scrap white here, and I'm going to grab out our sweet sorbet. Let's take out the cherry and this ice cream right there. So I'm going to need the Celebrate, the cherry, the ice cream, and the straw. So while we have the sweet sorbet out, let's do these 3 stamps, and then we'll get to the straw in a minute. So I'm going to pick that ice cream top up. One of my favorite flavors is strawberry. So of course, I think I just stuck my finger in that, right in that ink. And it's on my thumb. So when I tell you I am all thumbs today, I'm being serious. So let me grab a baby wipe here and get that off. I am all thumbs today. And let me take this cherry out and let's just stamp that. We'll put this one right there again. I'm going to stick with the sweet sorbet. Perfect. And let's take out the Celebrate. And I'm going to put this on a different piece of paper because I don't want to run it through the die cutting machine. I want to line this one up down here at the bottom because I'm going to go ahead and we're making a very simple sentiment tag. So I'm just going to stamp that down at the bottom. I always say not everything needs to be an event, right? It's okay to do things simply sometimes. And as you know, I am a simple stamper just by nature. So for me, the simpler, the better. And then this is the straw. And we're going to put our die cuts on this, our die pieces, and we're going to cut this out all at once. Oh, I don't like the way that's stamped at all. Let's try that one again. Much better. Much, much better. It's only ink, right? That's what I say. It's only ink and paper. Okay, so let's get this and our dies out and our die cutting machine. Anyway, have you gotten anything during celebration? I'd love to hear what you've got, if you are enjoying this time. I mean, celebration is one of my favorite time of years. We always have other fellow crafters join, and it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. So I want to just put these down, I think, on a little bit of painter's tape. Sometimes I use the tape, sometimes I use the end of a sticky note. Kind of whatever I have available is what I'll use to help adhere these little die cuts. Let me grab a sticky note. Because I like to run them through all at once. And to do that, I like to make sure that nothing is going to be on the move. Are you all the same way? I like to do everything I can at one time. And here's the piece for the straw. And you can see there's even a piece for the parfait cup that you can use if you wanted to cut your parfait cup out and maybe put it up on some dimensionals, fancy it up a little bit. There's always fun options there. And I want to, let me see, take the larger top here and a piece of early espresso that I have right here because I want to pop that up, cut a piece of early espresso for a little bit of chocolate ice cream there. So I'm using my mini die cutting machine. You can use your, let me grab a scissor here. You can use of course, use the large one, whatever one you have, whatever die cutting machine you have will work. I forgot my other layer. How about we put the 2 down? Here's the old one. I just got some new plates, and so when I get my plates, I move the top layer to the bottom, and then I start with a new top layer, and they seem to work really well that way. Seem to last a long time. I just rotate my plates around, And let's pop this here, but I don't think that straw's on there right. I want to fix that a little bit. There we go. Let's see, that looks better. Put our plate on. Oh, the cherry moved too. Let's get that right. I always think it's easier to move dies than it is to restamp and redo everything, right? Oops, boy, this one just does not want to stay put where I want it. Let me put something else on there. A different adhesive maybe. Different. So washi tape works out really well for this. I'm just out of washi tape. Holds these really well in place. Normally, if I'm only doing one, it's not a big deal. It stays really well for me, but if I'm doing more than one die cut, I like to make sure everything is in place. Let's run these through. Anytime you hear that snap or crackle when you're die cutting, don't worry, it's very normal. And nothing is being damaged, so don't generally worry about that. Okay, let's put our card together. Okay, grab our card, our parts and pieces here. Let's cut our, before I start assembling, let's go ahead and cut our Celebrate tag. We want it just a little bit above there. Let's get that. And then how about a little bit close to that C? And there we have a very easy tag to add to our card. All right, let's start it. Oh, you know what? We didn't stamp our sentiment using the Enjoy Your Day. Let's get that out. Let's have everything ready to go. So let's grab out the Enjoy Your Day. This is a bit of a small block, but it's okay. And let's get this really inked up nicely. I just love that this was one of the products you could earn because I do love a good sentiment set to add to my collection. I have a little piece of tape stuck to my finger. There we go. Perfect. Okay, stamping I believe is done now. We can move some things out of the way. And let's go ahead and put our card together. So let's take our card base, fold it in half. Where's my bone folder? Here it is. And give this a quick little burnish, just like that. Fold this one back. And give this a burnish here. So sometimes the corners of your paper can have a little crease in them, depending on how you store them. So you just saw me, all I did was take my bone folder and go over the top there, and it's now just perfect again. Go ahead and adhere. It's so hard to cover up these bees. I just think the bees are adorable, and I love bees. I have a yard full of lavender, so for me, the fact that we have the, the lavender set, and then we have the bees, Stampin' Up! Kind of hit a home run for me this time around. And let's go ahead and, this does not look wide enough. I don't think I cut this piece right. Let's go ahead and pop that one off and recut this piece of paper. I think I cut it at 1 3/4. If you get, the nice thing about the glue is that you have a little bit of room there. I want to cut that again. I think I cut that at 1 3/4 and not 1 7/8. So let's cut it at 1 7/8 this go around, and cut 2 again by 5 1/4. Might as well do it right. And I have to say that don't ever take apart, if you get a card from me, don't ever take it apart. You never know what the underneath might look like. Let me see here. I'm going to hold it up to the one that didn't have the glue on it. Let me see. Yep, just a smidge off, so this will be better. Go ahead and get out the glue and put this on. My goodness. And you're never going to know that that was underneath there. But it just looks much, much better on our cardstock than the other one did. So that is good. And look on the back side, you can't tell anything happened. And that's, you know, that's what I want. I don't want anyone to be able to notice. Move some of these things out of my way. Always a mess over here. What is it called? What do people call it? The crafter math, I think is what I've seen. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and get this piece adhered here. And then I'm going to actually adhere this to the card base before we decorate it, just to make sure it lays flat, because we want this to sit here. And then we're going to decorate, which is my favorite thing to do. So we don't want this to, well, you just want to be careful and eyeball it as to where you want to place it on your card so that you don't go over like the midway mark with your seal, because of course you don't want any glue. You don't want this card base sitting to, you know, sticking to your sentiment layer. Oh my goodness. This is new, so I'm having a hard time getting it started. Sorry about that. There we go. So do you all send out Valentine's Day cards? I do. I always enjoy it. Let's put this right there. And then now we can press down now that I know there's no adhesive on that side. Very nice. Let's pop this piece on the inside. You can see I have a little bit of stamping even there. It has been a day. But it's always a fun day. Even if you make mistakes with crafting, any day on crafting is a good day for me. So let's go ahead and put together the front of our card. I'm going to go ahead and lay it open. You can do it however you like. I just find it easier to adhere this layer first. But I have done it the other way where I've put this entire panel together and then put down this part. So let's go ahead and put our straw. Look, this is the fun part. That came with a little, that die came and put a little notch right in there for us. So our straw fits in there. And let's go ahead, put a little glue. I put a little bit around the straw, not a bunch. We don't want it eking out over the edge. So just barely a little bit. And pop this right there. Put the straw off to the side. How cute is this coming along? Isn't that adorable? Here's the little piece of early espresso I die cut. And let's go ahead and put that down. And if you have any questions about the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit, I am always very happy to answer your questions. Love to talk all things crafty. I'm taking a mini dimensional to put on the back of our cherry. If you don't have minis and you only have the large, go ahead and just cut off a piece of the side of your dimensionals. And you can, or cut one of these in half or even a quarter. And you can get this. Stampin' Up! Does sell both the large and mini dimensionals. Let's go ahead and put that cherry right there. Now for just a little bit extra, I have a Wink of Stella pen, which is the glitter pen, which you will also find in the annual catalog. You'll find this stamp set and dies and this Wink of Stella glitter pen in the annual catalog. I don't think it's going to pick up on camera, but it does leave just a little bit of sparkle there, and I wanted a little bit extra because this card does not have a lot to it. So I'm going to go ahead, and since I'm almost out of this package, I'm going to just take some of this side of this dimensionals. Let me move that over a little bit. Don't forget, you can use the sides just perfectly well here. Everything works on this. And pop that down. And this is our sentiment piece. And I like things a little off center, and I want to line it up with the side here. So lining it up with the white layer, I'm going to put that there. These are the Stampin' Up! Adhesive backed hearts and flowers. It's part of the Be Mine suite, but of course you can buy them separately. And I just absolutely love these. And I really debated, I don't think the white's gonna show up enough. I don't want hearts. I didn't put any blue on here. So I think what I'm going to do is grab these little pink flowers here. And I like the fact that these are a little bit flatter. They're not as rounded, which I really like quite a bit. And then let's put on 2 of the small ones. Let's bring this one down here. And you can see that even though that did not stamp 100% accurately, you can't tell now that I've put the ice cream top on there. And let's put this one here. So here is today's card. Let me clean off my mess a little bit and swoop everything off to the side. And here is today's Celebrate card. Enjoy your day. Isn't that pretty? I just love how festive it looks. They sit up like this so you can display them, you know, on a mantle or on a table. So I have 2 of those, and let me show you my samples again. Another Celebrate, a Be My Valentine, and the Christmas card. Let me put these back in the screen. And the Christmas card. And that's my big tip. Every week, make your holiday cards in advance. Save yourself some stress. If you make one a week, think of all you'll have by the time you're ready to roll out and send out your cards, right? Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining. If you want a good giggle, head on over to Facebook and catch that live video. If not, please like, comment, and subscribe below here on YouTube, and I'll see you next Wednesday.